And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Here we go. Ready? Right here, right here. Double tight, guys, double tight. We got 4. We got 4. Hey, look, 3. 1, Omaha.
Throwing on first is Garoppolo. Jones has it. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. A good, safe pass there right off the bat.
That's almost a rhythm play. That's what we like to call it. Get them into rhythm early, something safe, something they're confident about, something they feel good. And once that's completed, then you just keep moving from there because the confidence elevates.
Two. General West.
Throwing again on second down. Garoppolo. This pass complete to Higgins. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
9 yards. First down, Atlanta.
Here we go.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
57, hey, Charlie. Let's go, baby.
To throw, it's Garoppolo. He completes it to Julio Jones. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. It's a gain of 16, first down Falcons. So they go from one 42-yard line to the other as they come up now first and 10. Garoppolo looks to throw once more. Open man is Higgins. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. It's a gain of 11, and the Falcons pick up the first. Garoppolo and the offense with a first and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. Garoppolo again. He's got Higgins over the middle. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays. Garoppolo and the offense with a first and 10. And he's a perfect 5 for 5 here to begin the game. Inside the red zone, it's Garoppolo. That'll be caught by Rice. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. From 13 yards out. And the Falcons take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. The point after through the raindrops, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Jackson and the Ravens come up now first and 10 at their own 23. Play action. Now Jackson being chased out left. And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete. Charles, already trailing by touchdown early. This offense, how imperative is it for them to get points out of this drive?
Well, they feel like they have to go ahead and match because of what was already on the board against their defense. But I think even more so, you just want to avoid 3 and outs. You want to be able to stay on the field for a little while, let your defense catch it.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 32. And they're going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. Charles, that makes now 5 interceptions in not even 5 quarters. Remember, he threw 4 picks last week.
And this turns into a tough situation because a lot of fans, the first thing is, oh, well, we need to change quarterbacks. This is your guy. This is your elite player. You can't just take him out like that. If I'm the coach, I make a little joke and say, you know something, big guy? We're going to change the football. So it's obvious that's the problem. It's not you. Keep firing.
17 yards and a first down for Atlanta. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Here's Ronald Jones, first carry for the USC man. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line, tackled there. It's a gain of 11, and the Falcons pick up the first. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Hey, alert! 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 Hey, check 24. Watch 24.
Working from the gun, Garoppolo. Complete to Jones. Touchdown, Falcons. Julio Jones. His second touchdown on the season. And the Falcons push further out in front. Elliott good with a PAT. And that'll make the score 14-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. So not quite a first down just yet as they come up on second and less than a yard. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. The Ravens get a new set of downs, give them 17 on that pickup. From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. The 20. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Lamar Jackson. Touchdown number 15 of the year as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. They were already down 2 scores early. They needed something to try to stem that tide, and that certainly qualifies. A big play to get them in the end zone.
It qualifies indeed because, let's face it, they don't get something done on this drive, turn it back over. This game could be 88 and out the gate early.
What? 88 and out the gate?
Yeah.
What's that?
Well, listen, I used to hear my old man talk about it. Usually meant that thing's done.
Well, now that they got the touchdown, it's not 88 and out the gate. We still got a good game going ahead of us. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
A good start to the drive. Here's that's caught out on the left side. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a first down. Garoppolo now already over 150 yards through the air in the opening quarter. It's 1st and 10.
Wait. 57's the mic. Watch 57. Check back. Hey, check Mike 57. Hey, do.
Garoppolo now. He completes it to Jones. No gain, and it's 2nd down. Well, he caught it right at the line of scrimmage, and before he could even think about advancing it forward, he got hit.
Great tackling, because that's what you're taught. Don't give up yards after the catch. And most offenses make a living off of yards after catch. Those hidden yards that may not go into the score sheet, but they count big for moving the ball and stretching the field. Really nice open field tackle.
To throw again on second down. Garoppolo. And that will fall incomplete. Oh, they took a shot there on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. Again, they'll throw with Garoppolo. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Something we haven't really seen much of from him, an incomplete pass.
Yeah, last week he finished at 70%. This week he's up over 80%. I don't know how you slow him down. Pass rush is usually the best way because a quarterback on his back usually can't complete a pass.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28. Line of scrimmage, the 28 now as they come up on 2nd and a couple. And they give this time to the tailback. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. From the gun on 3rd down, Jackson eluding the pressure right. He's got his man, it's Andrews. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down. So on 4th down, here's Sam Cook to punt it away. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. This is taken at the 23. It'll be a 10-yard return following a punt of 45. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10.
Here we go.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
You got nothing there. You got nothing. 11. You got tight. Right there.
From the gun, it's Garoppolo. This complete to Jones. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
21. Here we go. 21.
Garoppolo looking to throw on 3rd and 2. A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. Anthony Averett picks it, and he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line. He has just been a load for opposing offenses to account for now. 8 interceptions on the year.
I love that number because I always think of center field. You know, when I hear 8, because that's the position you write in the scorecard in baseball. And what do good center fielders do? Take away all the alleys, right? They range deep and make a whole lot of great catches.
A big one there for the Ravens. It goes for 18. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. Off the play fake, here's Jackson. He'll buy some time right. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Jackson flushed out right. This will be caught by Brown. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. A short gain of just over 2 yards as the first half clock dips inside of 3 minutes. They go play action with Jackson. And that will be incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays, and when they have these types of kicks, then no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
Here we go, here we go.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. On 2nd and 11 now. Garoppolo. And finding the tight end Hooper. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. 14 yards there and a Falcon first down. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Coming up at halftime, we remind you once again that we're going to check in with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL as we reach now, hard to believe, the halfway point of the season. Time flying.
It certainly is. Time to get the sweaters out, my man.
The completion good for 3 and it's 2nd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him up to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. 19 yards the pick up there. Move the chains.
First down, Falcons.
Garoppolo now. Closing in on a 200-yard first half through the air. It's 1st and 10. Running right, Jones. And he'll take it inside the 40 to the 39-yard line. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half, maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Dancing. Now Garoppolo lost the football, and it's picked up by the Ravens. Accelerating, and off he goes. And this is going to be brought back for a Baltimore touchdown. Big boy earning his lunch. That's what you call rumbling with the ball, Charles.
Big man with football. He wasn't just earning lunch, Brandon. He was earning dinner. He was
midnight snack.
Everything that you could possibly do, he did it on that play to pick up the ball and go.
So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. Fielded about a yard deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. We're under 20 seconds to go in the half. I'm guessing the wise play here is be safe.
That is the wise play because if you think about trying to fool them here, here's what you're facing. You're facing a loosened up secondary. playing a lot deeper than normal. So even if you run some type of misdirection, you're only going to fool them for a second or so. And guess what? They're so deep, they're really not going to be out of position. Take the knee, get to the locker room.
He's got Hooper on the short connection. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Garoppolo over 200 yards already in this first half. It's 1st and 10. Looking to throw, Garoppolo. Over the middle, complete. That's Higgins. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call.
A gain of 19 yards. First down, Falcons.
Here we go, here we go.
And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this first half. Garoppolo, a final shot here before half. Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete. So we've hit halftime. Just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Baltimore with good starting field position as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. Play action. It's Jackson. Got a man. It's Brown. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 12 yards to pick up there. Good for a Raven first. Jackson on first down. Flush to his right. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Oh, that's got to frustrate him a little bit because they nearly got to him there, and it would have been the first sack of the game. Instead, they're able to influence the release, and they did force the incomplete pass.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
3 down, 3 down. Hey, check Mike 45. Check Mike 45.
Throwing again. Jackson. It's complete to Brown, right side. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. Okay, so now the question, how did he get that wide open?
Well, we both know that he shouldn't, because from the time they handed out scouting reports before this game, he was circled, starred, everything. Find him, cover him. But sometimes you can scheme a guy open. You put the receivers in a bunch, maybe you move some motion, maybe you put him on the backside of a formation, and all of a sudden you've got a better matchup. Every now and then, the offensive guys, they figure a way to get him open, even with everyone keeping eyes on him.
And that's certainly a guy they want to keep trying to scheme open.
First and 10 at the 27-yard line.
45, Mike, 45. I'm scared.
They'll throw on first down with Jackson. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Keanu Neal. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Here we go.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not a battle for it, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 27. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed?
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off at the 17. That is now 7 interceptions between last week and this week. 3 in this game, 4 a week ago.
And I saw the head coach write on his play sheet, make a little note. I hope he's writing self-scout. Bring in the guys that scout games for you with a different eye and watch him and see what's going on, and maybe they can pick up what the flaws are, and hopefully they can correct them.
The drive starts with a completion left side, and he's taken down. It's a gain of 3 from the 17 to the 20. The completion good for 3, and it's second down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
That first down completion only netted him 3. Second and 7.
65.
Throwing now is Garoppolo. Open man is Higgins. And nothing but daylight ahead. Touchdown, Falcons. 3 touchdown passes now for Jimmy Garoppolo. And the Falcons have retaken the lead. And, Charles, I had an offensive coordinator tell me one time that they designed every play to score. I don't know how true that is, but he had to run a long way after that catch. Heck of a play.
I think that when he was telling you that, he was designing run after catch in every play. I mean, that's the only way to put it in there, and that's what we got on that one. Nice catch, an even better run for big yardage.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because their confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
The completion good for 3, and it's second down. Looking to throw again on second down. Jackson steps away to his left. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. Big yardage after the catch. That one winds up going for 36. Hey, you need a big play? Go to your big play guy.
Listen, that's football 101. When you have to have it, you expect that guy to step up. A lot of people call these receivers divas. Sometimes just leadership when they get in the huddle and say, get me the ball. I'm about to make a big play.
Escaping the pressure right. This will be caught once again by Brown. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. 23 yards, the final tally. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Lamar Jackson, his second TD of the game and 16th on the season. And the Ravens have once again taken the lead. Tucker with the extra point, and that gives him a 3-point lead. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Here we go.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
23 yards on the play. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield.
Watch the twitch, watch the twitch.
Garoppolo. He's got his man on the crossing route. 22 yards on the catch and run, a first down. And passing yardage-wise, now up over 350 in this game. Pretty nice performance.
Definitely that, which usually means you're putting a lot of pressure on guys trying to cover. If you're a defensive back and they put over 350 yards on you, you've had a long day. The key to everything, if you're doing it without throwing interceptions or turning the ball over.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 10 yards there and a first down for the Falcons. Garoppolo now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10.
One, Omaha. Hey, wahoo!
Inside the red zone, it's Garoppolo. And that is caught. Touchdown, Falcons. Touchdown pass number 4 of the afternoon for Jimmy Garoppolo, as his guys are able to regain the lead. Elliott good on the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards, as he'll get this only back to the 20. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
And it takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that. It's a pickup of 11 at a Baltimore first down. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Jackson. Eluding the pressure right. Wide open receiver complete. 20. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Marquise Brown with touchdown number 7 on the year, as they have taken the lead. They erased that deficit pretty quickly, did they not? A 2-play drive.
What did we call that? Short-lived?
Very.
Very short-lived. 2 plays later, they're in the end zone and back out in front. We always talk about drives, don't we? Does 2 plays count as a drive?
Not really, but that second play was so good. I don't care what we call it. It was enjoyable to watch. Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he breaks it all the way out to the 38-yard line. Great return.
Here we go.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And the points, they have come fast and furious in this quarter.
You really don't want to be on the defensive side of the ball right now, do you? Because you're either thinking, my replacement may get an opportunity.
Your head better be on a swivel.
Totally. Or maybe I just need to get out of the game for a while because I just can't slow these guys down. They've got to figure out a way to disrupt these offenses. And typically, one guy makes a big play, and that can help change things.
They'll be looking for disruption on both sides right now. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Watch out. 11.
To throw is Garoppolo. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he was unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
11. Hey, Alpha. SOS.
Garoppolo to throw on 3rd and 1. And it's complete. Hooper. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. So much for the run on 3rd and 1. Instead, it's a big chunk in the pass game. First down. Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown. And that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal.
Check three. Black!
Working from the gun, Garoppolo to the end zone, but it's incomplete. Austin Hooper, the tight end, was the intended target, but it'll be 2nd and goal. Down this close to the goal line, 1st down. Surprised that wasn't a run?
I am, and you know I'm old school. I want to run the ball on 1st down in this situation because 2nd down, that gives me an option of running play action and maybe throwing it.
They'll come out in the pistol. One back in the game. That's Jones, 2nd and goal.
Watch the eye. Lock. #21. Here we go. Go. It's our time.
Garoppolo looks to throw once more. And this is going to be intercepted. Snags it for the pick. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offensive coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll get only a couple up to the 22.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. Throwing is Jackson. This is caught. It's Cooks. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. 16 yards on that one and a Raven first. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch.
He's coming. Double up.
On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. He's got his man. It's Andrews. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. That goes for a gain of 31. Oh, big plays back and forth just continue. Both offenses excelling.
And I hear the excitement in your voice while you're calling this game. This hurts my soul as a defensive player, watching these teams go up and down the field and put points on the board.
Do me a favor the rest of the way. Sit back, relax, and just appreciate the offensive dominance that's going on out here.
I'll give it a shot.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. Now, the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession, so they can't just sit on it running the ball. They'll have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. 3rd down just got a lot tougher. That will officially go as a loss of 7. Here's Jackson to throw. He's got this one complete to Perriman. And he will get him down a couple yards shy of the 1st down marker. A nice tackle coming up from his free safety spot. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. They'll try and throw for it with Jackson. Buying time to his left. He can run for it, and he will. Maybe not exactly what they had in mind, but that scramble good for 6 and a 1st down.
How many times have we seen this late in the 4th quarter? Because you know the pass rush is getting after him, and they get upfield, get that great push, and what do they create? Space, and he takes off.
Well, not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. A great play there. His 6th touchdown of the season as the Ravens push further out in front. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They might be thinking this is close to a lost cause here. Got to play it out. What do they need to do?
Well, they have a thought process in mind already, but they can't get ahead of themselves. They know that they need to score quickly.
Yep, 2-score game.
Onside kick and get the ball back and then score again, but they can't worry about the last 2 points. The only thing that matters is scoring quickly, then they'll take it from there.
To throw is Garoppolo. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they get it with just 19 seconds left on the clock.
Hey, come on,
Back to throw, Garoppolo. And that will be incomplete with a clock down now to 13 seconds. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. They'll go for it. It's Garoppolo. He's going to let it fly. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and that's going to be just about all she wrote for this one. Down to a knee here. The defense still with a couple of timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them. So the final second.